Awesome. Hey, Biaggio, happy fight week. How we doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for taking the time. So I'm just wondering, fourth fight of the year already. Are you enjoying this packed schedule, and are you looking to keep that momentum going forward into 2024?
Absolutely, I love it. Fourth fight this year, that means more experience. So each and every single fight, I'm just getting more and more experience. I look to, be busy every year. God willing, I'm injury free and whatnot. So yeah, super excited. It's starting to get normal now.
And I know you're always asked this question, but obviously it's the one we want to know. 2024, you going pro? What's that looking like?
I think so, yeah. I can't really like announce anything really, but I think so. Obviously after this next fight, I'm gonna sit down with my coach to see what he thinks. But yeah, yeah.
And then I know you said you can't announce too much given looks to maybe your coach over there, but is the plan, if you can say, to do the tournament or do like a more one-off style like you've been doing?
Yeah. So when I go pro, I expect to not just go jump into the tournament. I want to build some credibility first. I'd like to get a nice little record going, and then when the PFL and my coach think it's mutually good to hop into the tournament, then I'll do that. But yeah, I need to get some credibility first. Build my record up a little bit, and yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
And then last one for me, man. Obviously, the big news this week is Bellator PFL merger, the acquisition. So, what are your thoughts on that and all the new faces in the roster?
I think it's great. It's really a historical turning point for MMA to have these two big promotions come together. The roster's going to be filled with so much talent. I'm super excited to see where it goes. It's historical, like I said. So I'm super excited. And, the PFL and Bellator together, they have a huge future.
Best of luck, best of skill.
Thank you.
Lorenzo.
Hey, Biaggio, good to talk to you again. Last time we talked, it was after your second or third fight, and, you had already built up the reputation of being quite the finisher. You finished 5 straight fights now. I asked you whether or not you were looking forward to getting into a long war for your next match. That hasn't happened yet. Do you like being known as the finisher, as the big puncher like that?
Hell yeah, because being a finisher, it draws eyes, it gives me viewership, and along with being Ali's grandson, that only helps. That's the cherry on top. So yeah, I like finishing fights. I like to get in there and get out. But to me, that a 3-round war is a real fight. So I think if that were to happen, it'll only prepare me for my pro career. And even when I'm pro and that happens, it's only just gonna make me get better. I like to look at everything that happens is good. It's only negative if you see it being negative. So yeah, I think a 3-round war on Friday would really help for my pro career and prepare me.
And lastly, for me, with the new influx of fighters coming into the PFL after the merger, what do you have to say about the increased opportunity that you'll have in 2024?
I'm just super grateful. I'm blessed. It's like I'm seeing everything I'm seeing all the stars starting to align. For PFL and Bellator to get together, it's awesome for the sport. It's great for the fighters too. I think the fighters are going to be able to have a lot of great opportunities. Yeah, it's a historical moment for MMA. If you're an MMA fan and you see this kind of stuff happening, naturally you want to tune in. So yeah, I'm super excited for all the fighters and what's to come in the future.
Thanks, Biaggio. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Breeze.
Hey, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. Just first question for you. I know you're talking about a few things that you're waiting on to before you feel maybe that you've accomplished everything at the amateur level or before you go pro. Are there any specific feathers in your cap that you're looking for? And if so, how important is it to you to show off your grappling? Because I know in your amateur career, the one loss that you have does come by the way of submission.
Yeah.
So all your other fights have been fantastic knockouts, and I know you're aiming for that pro career. How important is it to you to show some of that grappling at this level?
To be completely honest, I don't care to show it. I like knocking people out, really. I grapple and wrestle more than I do striking at the gym, but you don't see that. Nobody else sees that. I'm going with the best guys, D1 All-American wrestlers, black belts in jiu-jitsu, all these guys. At Extreme Couture, we have such high-level dudes, and in my sparring, too, I like to wrestle and grapple a lot. But I like to wrestle and grapple so that, to me, the point of mixed martial arts is to force your opponent to do what you want to do. And I want to knock you out. So, yeah, it's important to show it off, but, I'm in MMA, so the opportunity is always going to come. And when the opportunity comes, I'll be able to show what level I'm at in wrestling and grappling.
Absolutely. And then last for me is, where do you see your career come the end of 2024?
Ooh. At the end of 2024, God willing, I'll be victorious in all of my fights, and I'll be building up that credibility, and then see, where my record's at or where I'm at in the future, and I think in the future I'll be able to go into the tournament maybe. Who knows? I don't know, but I just hope that I become victorious and stay injury-free and put on exciting fights.
Absolutely. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Mike.
Thanks for making the time. When obviously the big news with the merger that you've already spoke on, but someone who has spent so much time under the PFL banner, what does it mean to you to represent them? For so long, it was obviously the one promotion with the other three letters, and then it was Bellator and PFL. Business has been booming since the start for PFL, and now that there's a whole bigger roster merging together, what sense of pride do you have knowing like this is where your career before you even turned pro has taken off, and they've given you this platform? What kind of sense of pride do you hold for that?
Oh, a ton. I'm super blessed to be with the PFL. I'm blessed to be with them because they saw potential in me. When they first came to me, I was 0-1. I had lost my first amateur fight. So when they initially came to me, I was very nervous. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, why me? I'm 0-1 as an amateur. I was just very, very confused, as anybody would be as an amateur fighter that's 0-1, and the PFL comes to them seeing potential in you. So I'm super grateful for the PFL. They've helped me so much. They're just a huge, I can't even find words to convey just how I feel and how grateful I am to be with them. They treat me well. They treat their fighters well. It's awesome. And to see the merging between Bellator and PFL it's awesome because it gives so many fighters so many great opportunities, and the sky's the limit now for the company.
And sky's the limit for you. I know you can't talk too much about the future, but when you have the history that you have, and I know you just said you like knocking people out. I mean, who wouldn't, especially given your family lineage? What have you been able to learn, though? Because each and every fight you're going in, you're getting these finishes. And I know some people say, I get tested more, I learn more if it goes all 15 minutes. But I've got to assume each and every fight you're learning something about yourself, no matter how long it lasts. What would you say as you close out 2023 you have been able to learn throughout these few fights to start your career?
I don't know. It's weird. I'm never satisfied with my performance. It's even though I get a win and stuff, I'm almost never satisfied, and I think that's a good thing because it makes me want to get better and better and better and better. It's kind of like that, like Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality, I don't even after fights I don't celebrate. I don't run around screaming and this and that. I kind of just walk away and I want to just get donuts or pizza, So I'm never really satisfied, but I think in that I'm learning more about myself, and I'm trying to just perfect each and every single thing as much as I can. So, after every fight, you won't see me celebrate until I win a belt.
All right, Corey,
Thank you.
finish us up with Biaggio, please.
Hey, Biaggio, Corey Newman with Tunnel Vision Sports. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. I was just wondering what training with Eric Nixick has meant to you in your young career so far. I know he's had plenty of fighters speak up for him and talk highly about him, and I just wanted to hear what you had to say about him.
Eric's amazing. Eric comes from a football background just like myself, so in that alone we can relate a lot. you know, as soon as I got to Extreme Couture, Eric was very welcoming and supportive of me. He helps me so much. You know, I know he works with a lot of high-level dudes, so I always try to pick his brain whenever I see him available. But yeah, every coach there at Extreme Couture, I can't even find words to convey how grateful I am. But yeah, Eric helps me so much. You know, he should win Coach of the Year this year with what he did with Sean and Francis Ngannou when he fought Fury. So yeah, I'm blessed. I'm super blessed. That's all I can say.
I totally agree about the Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a post-fight meal that you like? You just spoke about pizza.
Oh yeah, post-fight, if Dunkin' Donuts is closed, I'll get pizza. If it's open, I'll get donuts. So yeah, those are the go-tos right there, pizza and donuts.